Hey guys, I know it's been a while and I promised you an explanation and an announcement, so here I am. I realize that the lighting and the sound may not be optimal, but that is because I left my lighted tripod and microphone at home and I really wanted to do this from the salon today. And this explanation announcement is for both my clients at Salon Mia and my subscribers at Comics and Cosmetics. And I know there's not a whole lot of overlap between the two, so I will be posting this on both websites, social media platforms, etc. It's been a crazy 3 years, right guys? It's been a really crazy 3 years. It's been a crazy year. In my personal opinion, for the effects of my family and personal stuff, I think 2022 has been harder on us than 2020 was. I know that's not the case for the entire world, so please don't jump on me for that. I have my reasons. 2020 was a big year for my family. 2020, I got to do something I thought I would never, ever do, and I got to open my own business, my own salon. And thanks to Dustin Gershenschlager, I was able to do that. And I can't thank you enough, Dustin. You've given me an opportunity that no one else ever has in my life. And for that, you will always have a friend in me, whether you want it or not. A little bit of backstory before I really get into the big announcement. I have always been a person who has pushed myself very hard, pushed myself past what I probably should have, and for many reasons. One, I grew up in a time as a disabled person before things like the Americans with Disability Act was ratified and, put into use. So I grew up for the most part in the inner city and then to an extremely small area, and it was difficult. I'm never going to say that my life is worse than everyone else's, but being a disabled tiny girl in the 80s and 90s wasn't easy. And we all know everyone has bullies and stuff. I'm not saying that mine is so much more extraordinarily different from everyone else, but you have to agree that growing up in a world that was not made for you, growing up in a world of people who can do things physically that you cannot, or things physically that are far more easier than they are for you. Let's face it, this world is made for bipedal humans, and I'm not complaining about that. Really, I'm not, but I did have a lot of experiences in my youth and in my adult life that left an impression on me. And that impression was I had to work very hard. I had to work, it seemed, twice as hard to get half the acknowledgement or respect or, not get this speech of, oh, look, good job, good for you, you did it. I actually got comments that, oh, you'd think you'd be mentally challenged, but you're not. That's just, look, I'm just pointing out that the time and place that I grew up in left this mark on me, that my value is placed on how much I can keep up with everyone else in the world, and how how much I can contribute financially, economically. That's where I started to place my value on myself, was how hard I can work. That is where I felt like I stood out, was I'm a hard worker. And for me, that meant pushing past pain and physical injury. And I've been doing that my entire life. So that's 40 something years. I've been pushing myself to prove myself and to feel valued and to feel normal, to fit in, to have people like me and not focus on the fact that, I was different from other people. And then I became a single mom in 2006 with 4 kids eventually. And there were 4 little people who were dependent on me for survival. And I don't know if you've ever known anyone who was on disability or experienced it, been on it yourself. They don't give you enough to support yourself and 4 children. So I had to go back to work. And that's what I have done ever since. And when I say work, I mean work. I have worked myself to injury. I am in pain every time I go home. I'm in pain while I'm at work, while I'm doing hair, while I'm doing makeup. My left hand is pretty much permanently numb. I have degenerative disc disease that means the discs in my spine are steady crumbling and have to be replaced one by one. I've already had 4 done. That's what the scar is from. That also means I have permanent nerve damage and pain going down both my arms and both my legs. But that's not all. I have, those who know, I have the prosthetic on my right side. My left knee is completely shot. It needs replaced. I have stenosis, sclerosis, scoliosis, arthritis, and whatever else in the rest of my spine. Daily life is a challenge, and it can't be done without some degree of discomfort and pain. But I just told myself it's just the thing I have to deal with, and pain's all in your mind, push it out. And then my daughter's father died. And I realized I was not taking care of myself the way I should. And that if I don't, I'm not going to be walking for much longer. And that means I will get to see less and less of my youngest daughter growing up. My 3 oldest kids are now adults, and this is very difficult for them because they are used to seeing an unstoppable force for a mom. And at times they forget or they're just shocked by it. But my youngest daughter needs me. And I'm shortening my life by pushing myself to compete with everyone else. And I don't mean businesses. I mean, I'm pushing myself because I forced on myself that my only value is economic. Now this next part is very difficult, and I'm not going to go into details ever. And I don't want to talk about it. So I really, really request that everyone respect that form, please. I don't want to talk about it because those who know me personally very well know the things that I have experienced in the past, and it's brought a lot of that up, and I don't want to focus on it. It's not healthy, so I don't want to. But last week I experienced something very scary. And it not only told me that I am not 100% safe by myself, that I'm not in the physical condition to defend myself anymore, and that these days it's very difficult to get anything done about it. So I shut down. Thanksgiving was very hard for all of us. I shut down. It put me in a very, very dark place, and it just wasn't good. It just continued to drive in the thought that I am not doing what is best for me and my family. And again, my daughter lost her father, and I'm the only parent she has left. And I just cannot risk her losing another parent or having another parent in a diminished capacity because of my selfish needs to feel seen and appreciated. So Dave and I have done a lot of talking and soul searching on what's important to us as a partnership in business and life, and now with Amelia. And that decision has come not easily, to shut down the salon at the end of the year. Again, those who know me personally know how much the salon is meant to me. How hard I've worked on it, that I put my whole soul into this place. I love it with my whole heart. It's my child. If you are upset that I didn't tell you personally before posting this, you're missing the point. The only people that really needed to know before I posted this, outside of my immediate family, were two people, and I told them. But this decision has been so hard that I didn't want to tell anyone. And a lot of that has to do with my insecurities and how I was putting value on myself as a friend, a daughter, a mother, a girlfriend, partner. And really, I wanted my parents to be proud of me too, But these have been the 3 best years of my life. I cannot thank all of you enough for coming in here day in and day out and giving me your hard-earned money to hang out with you and cut your hair and all the other stuff I do here. You guys have no idea how much it has meant to me that you made this place a success during the 3 most difficult years in American history for small business. And the fact that closing this place is not a financial decision is because of you. And the reason why I've hung on as long as I have is because of you. And I appreciate that more than you will ever know. But I have to face the reality that I'm just not physically capable anymore. And that's a very difficult thing for me to say. I'm just not physically capable. And my daughter needs me to be physically capable for her. So, December 30th, 2022 will be the last day that Salon Mia is open. I'm very sorry for whatever inconvenience this may cause any of my beloved clients. I'm very sorry, but I basically have to retire, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't hide it anymore. I can't fake it anymore. I never thought I would be back in a wheelchair, and that's what I have been doing. Every time I leave the salon, I go home and I use a wheelchair, and the one person I had in the world to talk to about this stuff isn't here anymore, and she would tell me to close it and take care of myself and let someone else take care of me for a change. So I'm trying to hear her voice while I do this. But this will leave more time for the channel. So I will be working on the channel full-time in my home. My daughter, I have 2 daughters at home right now, and they both need me. And they need me to be healthy and in a better mood, because let's face it, when you are in constant pain, you are tired. It is exhausting, and it takes all of your patience away. No one understands you because no one else is feeling what you're feeling. I mean, just waking up is painful. Walking to the bathroom. And I gotta get this stuff taken care of, and the only way to do that is to get off my feet. And I can't do that and own and operate a salon anymore. So I want to thank all of you in St. Francis County who made Salon Mia your spot for the last 3 years. I mean, the first year we were open, we made top 5 in the Parkland. That's 6 counties. That meant the world to me. And the fact that we have maintained this place for 3 years, bought a house, paid all the bills, you know, that's a success to me. And I couldn't be happier. But it's made it hard to come to this decision. But again, thank you so much, everyone out there who has been there for us and patronized our establishment and been a friend. I will love and miss all of you. Hit me up on social media. Subscribe to the channel if you miss me a whole bunch. Those who know how to get a hold of me, get a hold of me. Okay, I'm there if you need anything. So until then, everyone, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for understanding. I love you all. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I will see you later.